I'm Maddie and I'm the lead singer and keyboard player in the Sydney band The Causeway. We play indie alternative rock in that realm, yeah. I've been playing, I started out in classical piano when I was 12 and then got into singing and songwriting in like teenage years and then started the band when I was 17 and ever since I've been playing and gigging and writing songs. My life feels like it makes sense when I'm playing music. In times where I haven't been able to, I've just become really depressed and really just empty and haven't known what to do with myself. So yeah, music has always been really grounding and really centering, and it's just made me feel like I have a purpose and it just feels like I'm supposed to be doing it at all times. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. In that band, we're all very close. Not just as musicians, but as friends. A lot of it is very organic. Yeah, no, it's a blast playing things. The funniest thing was playing that last gig in the costume. That was very different for me. Yeah.
For the most part, it's a really liberating experience and it's something that I don't think I could live without doing. Sometimes it's not, sometimes the magic isn't always there, but for the most part, it's really important to me. Gigs are always a dark room with a lot of people, and now I kind of walk into that room with reservations about who might be a problem and who might be predatory, just to be careful in case. In regards to just the subtle sexism, every female performer just about has a story about that, like inevitably. I was playing with a band of all men and I didn't really know these people, but one of them greeted me by kissing me on the cheek. So I just went up to him afterwards and I said, look, in future could you not do that because I don't really know you, I'm not comfortable with it. And then immediately all of his male friends came up and stood around and just proceeded to say things like, you know, like, you're too sensitive and like, we respect you. And they kept saying, calm down, calm down. And I did end up saying, if you respected me, you wouldn't be telling me to calm down. I just said really plainly, can you please not do that in future? That gig ended in their band sitting up the back and laughing at us while we performed. Why was something so small of just saying, okay, I'll note that for next time, turned into this whole political... We had a man who wasn't previously a supporter or anything. He found our page, I think the day before our gig, and said he wanted to come along and get a photo with the lovely lady. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then he showed up with a photo of my face and wanted me to sign it. Only wanted photos with me, then wanted to put his arm around me in the photo, and then also being given an unsealed bottle of alcohol. Both were realities, and I thought, if I'm not even a big band and we're already getting these strange experiences, must be the reality. Yeah. I mean, I play with all men, but they were all really upset about that, and I think that was a big wake-up call for them as well. And ever since, they've been very protective of me and really helpful in spotting signs of sexism. They're like, we're not going to leave your side, we're going to be around you the whole time. But also I know, I was talking to one of my bandmates and he actually said, like, for one, he was really disturbed by the whole thing. It's changed his worldview. And ever since, he's just been really, really conscious of those kind of things and really protective. Yeah. So it's made him really anxious as well.
I felt extremely angry about the situations that unfolded. My instinct is that I want to protect, but it is hard in the moment to think clearly of how you can do it in a way that both sides can come away like not hurt pretty much.
There were definitely things we could have done. It made me very uncomfortable in that situation, so knowing what to do especially since I had started gigging not too long before that. It was sort of something that I had to navigate, and that's something I've gotten better at since, I hope.
I'd say it's complicated my relationship with gigging, because it always makes me kind of think in the back of my head, am I subjecting myself to the potential for abuse or discrimination or harassment? Not necessarily music as a whole, but in terms of my writing career and playing and performing in that Sydney gig scene, yeah, I would say it has, yeah. Honestly, it never really occurred to us to report it, and I think it gets hard because a venue kicking someone out means they're losing business, so I think I wouldn't even really think that they would do anything to begin with. In the gig scene, there's not many people. Everyone knows each other, or at least knows someone who knows someone. So in making any kind of statement or claim about someone in another band, that's inherently really political. You're offending anyone that they're friends with, and then possibly their friends, and because these are the people offering you gigs. In doing that, you're automatically severing ties that might help you in the future, which I think is really complicated. The industry as a whole, just men need to look out for women and non-binary people. Like, men have a huge role in calling out behaviour, helping anyone that's vulnerable, all that kind of stuff, and not letting things pass by, even if it's uncomfortable.
Am I really getting mad about it? Kinda crazy 'cause I threw the balance.
Men have a responsibility to educate themselves about the sort of like social standards and issues that are happening surrounding misogyny. And even though there are men, and I was in this situation as well, don't participate in misogyny or sexual harassment, it's still a man's responsibility to learn these things and know how to approach these situations and deal with women who have experienced these sorts of things before, and account for these sorts of things that may happen.
Connecting with others just means that voices are more likely to be heard. I think it's very easy to withdraw and not tell people things that have happened because you feel alone, and then just realizing that there's so many people that go through that, and then also that there are so many people that will support you through that and not enable bad behaviour is really important. It's a gig called Femmes to the Front. It's supporting an all-female punk band called Down Girl, along with a bunch of other female-fronted acts. I'd just say this gig really draws a spotlight on some really important issues and just reminds people that although the situation's improving, there's always more improvement to be done. And at the end of the day, it's all about roles to support female performance.
I can't take